Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with the topic of quadrilaterals and its types and the properties of all type of quadrilaterals we will be studying. You people are aware of the term quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals are basically the polygons which are made up of four line segments. So, a quadrilateral is a two-dimensional figure with four sides and four angles. The word quadrilateral can be split up into two parts. That is, quad means four and lateral means sides. So, any figure which is having four sides is called a quadrilateral. Like in lower classes, you must be aware of the four-sided figures square, rectangle. So yes, we can say that square, rectangle are the types of quadrilaterals only. Now, if you see all around you, there are several shapes of the figures which are in the shape of a quadrilateral. Like if you are studying on the tabletop is in the shape of a rectangle or a square, and yes, it is a quadrilateral. We have examples of quadrilateral in real world and they are plenty. If you look into the tiles of your room, they are either square shaped, rhombus shaped, kite shaped or rectangular shaped. And yes, these are quadrilaterals. If you look into your house, the window panes over there, the doors and everything are in the shape of a quadrilateral. The microwave in the kitchen is in the shape of a quadrilateral. The side, front, the top part of a microwave is in the shape of a quadrilateral. And there are many more examples in the real world which resembles quadrilateral. So basically quadrilaterals are four-sided figures. They have four angles, and today in this class we are going to study about the different types of quadrilaterals. Now, children, the types of quadrilaterals are mentioned below. We have a square, rectangle, trapezium, or the other name of trapezium is trapezoid also, rhombus and a parallelogram. Now let us study one by one the different types of quadrilaterals. The first one, which is very common and you are familiar with this from childhood, is a square. Now what is a square? A square is a figure, it is a quadrilateral with four equal sides and four right angles. That means if I name this quadrilateral as A, B, C and D, all its four sides are equal. If I construct a square with side 4 centimeter, that means all the four sides of the square will be 4 centimeter. And it has four right angles. The angles forming in a square are of 90 degree, that is they are called right angles. So in a square it is a four-sided figure with all sides equal and four right angles are there. Each angle is of 90 degree. Then children, the other property is the diagonals of a square are equal and perpendicular to each other. Now let us first of all understand what diagonals are. Diagonals are basically the line segments which join the opposite vertices. Now herein these are the opposite vertices and these are the diagonals I have joined. If A, B, C, D, we name the square as ABCD and we join the vertex from A to C and B to D. So these are the diagonals. The properties of diagonals over here is diagonals are equal, that is AC is equal to BD and they are perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular to each other means the point at which the diagonals meet, they are forming an angle of 90 degree with each other. Perpendicular means an angle of 90 degree. Suppose the diagonals are meeting at a point O. So at O the diagonals are forming an angle of 90 degree. So here we conclude that in a square all sides are equal. There are four angles and each angle is of 90 degree. Then the diagonals are equal and they are perpendicular to each other. Next comes a rectangle. Now children, a rectangle is a figure, again a four-sided figure called a quadrilateral, in which you have four right angles and its opposite sides are equal and parallel. If I name this rectangle as A, B, C and D, the opposite sides are equal. These symbols reflect that the opposite sides AB is equal to CD and AD is equal to BC. Also, the angles of a rectangle are of 90 degree each. They are perpendicular angles. The lines are perpendicular to each other from which a rectangle is made. So, in a rectangle, the opposite sides are equal and angles are of 90 degree. Also, the opposite sides are parallel to each other. Parallel to each other means the opposite sides do not meet at any point. The opposite side AB is parallel to DC and also BC is parallel to AD. So I can write symbolically as AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC. Fine. Now, if I come to the property of the diagonals in a rectangle, the diagonals of a rectangle are equal but not perpendicular to each other. That means if we draw the diagonals connecting the opposite vertices of a rectangle, they are equal. The diagonals over here are AC and BD. Although AC is equal to BD, but they are not meeting at an angle of 90 degree. The angle forming over here is not of 90 degree and it is clearly visible. So the diagonals of a rectangle are equal but not perpendicular to each other. Now, let us have some points of thinking, that is a square a rectangle and is a rectangle a square? Let us think upon these two questions and answer it. Now, we should remember that in a rectangle, it is a quadrilateral with four right angles and its opposite sides are equal and parallel. Now, for a square to become a rectangle, its opposite sides must be equal. And yes, you can see in a square the opposite sides are equal. And for a square to become a rectangle, it should have four right angles. Obviously, the angles in a square are of 90 degree. And we have discussed the first property also, that the opposite sides are equal. Although in a square, all sides are equal. But yes, we can say that opposite sides are equal. So in a square is a quadrilateral with four equal sides and four right angles. So children, what we concluded from here, that yes, a square is a rectangle. Secondly, can we have, is a rectangle a square? Let us check upon. A rectangle is a quadrilateral, you know that it should have four right angles and its opposite sides are equal and parallel. But to a rectangle, for becoming a square, what should it have? Its all sides must be equal. But a rectangle only have opposite sides equal. It does not have all sides equal. So a rectangle cannot be considered as a square, because for becoming a square, the most important property it should have is its all sides must be equal. So children, what we got from these 2 points, a square can also be a rectangle because it has four right angles and its opposite sides are equal and parallel. But a rectangle is never a square because it does not have all sides equal. Now, the next type of a quadrilateral is, we call it as a trapezium, or the other name for this, we call it as trapezoid also. Now, herein we look, the figure in front of you, it is a figure of a trapezoid. Clearly, we can see from the figure that the opposite sides are parallel, but only one pair is parallel. If I name this trapezoid as ABCD, you can clearly look that AB is parallel to DC or CD, But the other pair AD is not parallel to BC, because if I extend these two sides, they are going to meet at a point. So these two sides are non-parallel. So what we can say is, what is a trapezium? A trapezium is a quadrilateral that has exactly one pair of parallel sides, and here the parallel sides are AB and CD, and the other pair AD and BC are non-parallel sides. So remember, parallel lines are that lines which never touch. They are equal distance apart at all points. Like AB and DC have equal distance between them from all the points. Now let us check whether the given figure is a trapezium. Yes, it is a trapezium, because you can see one of the pair of the opposite sides is parallel and the other is non-parallel, because if I extend this lines, they are going to meet at a point. So this is a trapezium. Yes, it has actually one set of parallel sides, so it is a trapezium. You can look at clearly, these two pairs are parallel and it is a trapezium. The next type of quadrilateral is a rhombus. Now children, in a rhombus we have the property that it is a quadrilateral. That means it is a four-sided figure with four equal sides and both pair of its opposite sides are parallel. I name this rhombus as EFGH. All the sides of a rhombus are equal and both the opposite pairs are parallel to each other over here. Fine. So in a rhombus we have four sides equal. And a very important property of the diagonals of the rhombus is the diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Although the diagonals are not equal, but yes, they are perpendicular bisectors of each other, which means if I draw the diagonal EG and the second diagonal FH, they are making an angle of 90 degree with each other, as well as the parts of the diagonals are equal. Like if the diagonal we take EG, EG is split up into two parts, EO and OG, which are equal. Similarly, for the diagonal FH, the two parts of the diagonal which we are making are FO and OH, which is equal. So the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors of each other, means they make an angle of 90 degree with each other and the subparts of these diagonals are equal. That is, EO is equal to OG and FO is equal to OH. And the opposite sides are parallel also. Now, the last type of the quadrilateral that we are going to study is a parallelogram. Now, in a parallelogram, it is a type of a quadrilateral which has opposite sides that are equal and parallel. And the diagonals of parallelogram are the bisectors of each other. See, we have checked in a rhombus that opposite sides, both pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. So, can we say that a rhombus is a parallelogram? Now, let us check one by one about the different given examples of quadrilateral which are parallelograms or not. Now, herein you have been given a figure of a square. Now, let us check whether a square is a parallelogram or not. Now, children, if we look here in a square, the opposite sides are equal also and parallel also. So, for the property of a parallelogram, for a figure to become a parallelogram, firstly, it should have four sides equal. Firstly, it should have its four sides. A square is also having four sides. In parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Yes, in a square, the opposite sides are equal. And secondly, the opposite sides must be parallel also. So, in this square ABCD, AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Therefore, we can say yes, a square is a parallelogram. So, we can say a square is a parallelogram because of the properties. It has four sides, the opposite sides are equal and parallel. Now, the next type, it is a rectangle over here. Rectangle if I name it as ABCD, you can see the opposite sides are equal. Yes. And opposite sides are parallel. Yes. So yes, we can say that a rectangle is also a kind of a parallelogram because its opposite sides are equal and parallel. The next figure in front of you is a trapezium. Now look children, in a trapezium you have learned that only one pair of opposite side is parallel and they are not equal also. It is never mentioned whether the opposite sides are equal or not. So in a trapezium only one pair is parallel, but for a trapezium to become a parallelogram, its both pair of opposite sides should be equal and parallel. So what we concluded from here is a trapezium or a trapezoid is not a parallelogram. Now we have the next figure of a rhombus. In a rhombus, if I name it as ABCD, the opposite sides are parallel obviously, and as in a rhombus all sides are equal, that means the opposite sides must also be equal. So yes, we can say that a rhombus is having opposite sides equal and as well as parallel. So a rhombus is a parallelogram. Now children, let us have a graphic representation of all types of quadrilaterals. Here you can see I have split it up quadrilateral into two types, that is a parallelogram and trapezium. Parallelogram in which both pair of opposite sides are parallel, but in a trapezium only one pair is parallel. So parallelogram can be further classified into a rectangle. Parallelogram first type is a rectangle in which opposite sides are equal and parallel, and if all the angles of a parallelogram becomes of 90 degree, then it becomes a rectangle. But if its four sides are equal, all the sides are equal and angles are not of 90 degree, then it becomes a rhombus. Now rectangle can be converted into a square and rhombus can also be converted into a square if rectangle can be converted into a square if all of its sides become equal, and a rhombus can be converted into a square if all the angles become equal to 90 degree. So the conclusions that we can draw from the graphic is, let us see one by one. A square can also called a rhombus, rectangle, a parallelogram and a quadrilateral. Square is said to be a rhombus because it has four equal sides, the main property of a rhombus, and opposite sides are parallel. A square is called a rectangle because it has opposite sides equal and each angle is of 90. A square is a parallelogram because both pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel, and it is a quadrilateral because it is a four-sided figure. Next point. A rectangle can also called be a parallelogram and a quadrilateral. Obviously, rectangle is a parallelogram because both pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel, and it is a quadrilateral because it is a four-sided figure. Next point. A rhombus can also be a parallelogram and a quadrilateral because rhombus is having four sides, so it is a quadrilateral, and in a rhombus opposite sides are equal and parallel, so it becomes a parallelogram. Nextly, a parallelogram can also be a quadrilateral because it is a four-sided figure, and a trapezoid is simply a quadrilateral because it is a four-sided figure. So children, if you see carefully, we can go from down to up in any manner, that a square is a rectangle, rhombus, parallelogram, quadrilateral, and a trapezoid also you can say. Rectangle is a parallelogram and a quadrilateral, and rhombus is a parallelogram and a quadrilateral. Now let us recapitulate what we have done so far. Name that quadrilateral, what is the best name for it? And the properties here given to you are, opposite sides are equal in length. Second property, opposite sides are parallel. So when you have opposite sides which are equal in length and they are parallel, it is a parallelogram. Next question. See, in this figure you can clearly see only one pair of opposite side is parallel, and the other is non-parallel. Here you can see this pair is parallel and the other pair is non-parallel, and nothing else is given. So whenever a quadrilateral is there with one pair of opposite side parallel, then it is a trapezoid, or you can say it is a trapezium. Next figure, it is a very easy figure in which you can see all sides are equal, each angle is of 90 degree and opposite sides are equal and parallel. 4 right angles are given, 4 equal sides are given, so it is a square. The next is opposite sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel also, and each angle is of 90 degree. So when we have 4 right angles, opposite sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel. So we call that figure, or we call that quadrilateral as a rectangle. Now nextly, obviously here opposite sides are given parallel and the 4 equal sides are given, opposite sides are parallel. So it is a rhombus over here. So we call this figure as a rhombus. Now children, the last point to be considered is the regular polygons. We call a polygon as a regular polygon in which all sides are angles are equal. I stress upon the word here, all sides and angles also must be equal. So the best example for regular polygon is that a square is a regular polygon, because in a square all sides are equal and all angles are of 90 degree. But do not get confused, sometimes you might commit a mistake by answering a regular polygon's example, that is a rhombus. No, rhombus is not a regular polygon, because although its all sides are equal but all angles are not equal. So for regular polygon the best example is of square. So children, I hope that now all the concepts are clear to you regarding the different types of quadrilaterals, and it is clear to you how can a square be a rectangle, a rhombus, or how can a rectangle is not a square, or vice versa. So I hope the video is very much clear to you, and please keep on revising this video again and again so that all the doubts are clear.